Welcome to yet another episode of Behind the Business Table Conversation powered by LOMT. Super excited to bring you again yet another amazing conversation. And this is really great because in this, you get to learn, get clarity, hear from people's story, get motivated, get to learn about their struggles, about their money issues, finance issues, failures, wins, and be able to implement them so you can do better and be better. All right. This podcast is sponsored and powered by Dreams Media and is produced by Star Studio Africa. All right. So yes, let's dive into it. Yeah, so we have Korede Emmanuel here. He runs a fantastic business, something not you're used to, the fashion, the food, the marketing. His is very interesting. And because very interesting, that's why, let's come share Korede's story with us. Yeah, he's an amazing community member of the LOMT community. Like I was saying, not only by attendance, but by learning and by application of what he has learned to grow his business significantly. So please, with the LOMT welcome, let us welcome on to this episode, Korede Emmanuel. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So Korede, I know I've introduced you, but give us a shot at, who you are, what you do, and we'll take it up from there.
Okay, so Korede Emmanuel is a multi-potentialite. Swimming is one of the things I do. I am a musician and also a chef. But swimming for me has been something I enjoyed for the most part of my life, and it has helped me to see clearly in certain areas. I have, had certain struggles personally, and swimming has been one way to help me to channel those struggles into better ways. So I'd say that it's a good thing that I'm doing this because it's one thing I've always wanted to do. So yeah.
All right. So tell me, how did you get into what you're doing at the moment?
It's a drift from music into swimming. I see everything that I do as sort of connected, and swimming for me helped me to understand music better. It sounds weird, but it was a place that helped me to slow down tempos. Music is all about timings and notations and all of that. And so every time that I went out, every time that I saw water, there was sort of like a rhythm that played to me, and I wanted to explore it. So I picked up swimming as a fun activity to help my voice initially, and then it became something I loved more, and I wanted to do better with it. And so, yes, I taught myself certain things. I went and also sought knowledge. And today, I'm doing what I do for both fun and as a profession.
Wow, that's really amazing, having to swim. Wow, I could remember back then, while we were still kids, we actually battled with a lot of fear, having to enter into the pool and all that. So what is really the relevance around what you do?
There are a number of things that swimming actually helps the human do. First of all, the earth in itself is covered with mostly water. And I think it's only right that as humans we're able to explore. We've explored the land space, we've explored air space, but not many explorations have gone by a larger percentage of humans, especially in this part of the world. We live in a system, we live in a community where most people associate water with a lot of evil, with a lot of negativity, other than the basic use like bathing, like drinking and all of that. But swimming for me has helped me to see life sort of differently.
Okay, how so?
The way that everyone else moves on land is it's sort of something that you've done over and over that you don't exactly concentrate on as much. It's become like muscle memory. And then with swimming, you are conscious that you are in a terrain where you always have to come up for air and stay under
Go
for
back
a
on
bit.
that, yeah.
And so that consciousness, that freedom, knowing that despite the fact that my feet is not on something solid, I know my way around this place. It's not a feeling that many people have.
Yeah.
And many times I can only do as much explaining it. It's until you experience it that you'll be able to
I
understand.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me, what convinced you to go into this as a business? Just hello, and teach you how to learn crypto and teach you how to, other things. But why swimming?
I saw it as a space that wasn't completely explored. So yeah, everybody does food businesses and fashion businesses, major needs that we all need: food, clothing, shelter, and then how to then make money to run other activities in the house. But I realized that a lot of people don't think towards how they keep that body that does all that work in check. And one simple way to help yourself even live better, science has shown that swimmers have statistically lived longer than non-swimmers.
Wow.
And so, yes. So one
I should
thing,
go back to swimming.
yes, you should. So one thing
Will it
that
help me lose weight?
it would. There are different forms to how you learn swimming and what it does for you. For some, it's just to help them to relax. For some, they use swimming to lose weight. I've trained somebody that actually used swimming for about 4 months to lose like noticeable amount of weight.
Okay. So if I am a person I want to really go into swimming, what is the health benefit for me in me swimming?
Well, first of all, the relaxation benefits that come from it. You are able to sleep better. Swimming also aids your appetite. Swimming helps your cognitive skills, your ability to remember things quicker. Yes. Wow. Swimming helps you to also clean your pores, because when you swim, your body is soaked in water and your pores are sort of opened and cleansed by your movement in water. So swimming also helps your skin.
I'm picturing myself underwater the way you're saying
it. It helps your metabolism too. If you have joint pains, if you have yes, it helps. It's recommended for people that are into recovery from stroke, from arthritis.
Use it a lot for recovery. You just go into water, cold, normal. Cold,
there are different temperatures that does different things to the body. Some is cold water, some is hot water, some is warm water.
To heal the joints.
To heal your joints, to heal your muscles.
Oh wow, fantastic! Wow. I like the fact that you've been able to build a business around this, and really, really fantastic to know. Earlier when we were having the conversation, you mentioned something about the therapeutic side of
the
swimming.
Therapeutic side of swimming.
So how does it work?
So not many people know that there's something called water therapy. What therapy is supposed to do for you is to help you, own your emotions, feel relaxed, feel better. I remember having a client that had just come back from NYSC. To her, that was her first time leaving the confines of her parents. She had always been, accessible, even when she was in school, weekends, in close proximity. So having to be completely alone, fending for herself, only being able to reach out sometimes, and even in the remote village where she served, network was a bit of an issue. So she mentioned that she had nights when she couldn't sleep, that she had to cry herself to sleep sometimes, and what they were paying there was nothing to write home about. So she came.
The usual
Alawi. So she came back and she told me that she was always feeling stressed and she was having anxiety. And I told her to come for water therapy. So when she came, we started off with just simple exercises, and then when the water therapy session itself started, I asked her a few questions. She was able to unburden what she was feeling like. She cried a bit, and at the end of the session, she felt better. She literally said she felt like weight was lifted off her. And that's what water does. Because water has the ability to carry up to 80% of your body weight. You feel like you are floating. I mean, it's a term used in water, floating, just as you do in air. But the difference is there's less gravity. inside water.
Inside water, yeah.
So, all of gravity works on land. So everything that you do is, if you toss it up, it comes immediately down. But it's not like that inside water.
Yeah, we toss
And
it
so,
up,
it floats a bit. And humans have natural buoyancy. So you are able to float once your mind is relaxed. It's a mind thing.
I just did a little master class. So I'm feeling like a motivator now. Are you not feeling fine? Do you forget things a lot? This, that. Come on, swim. Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah, it is.
To note, actually. Wow, what a therapy. Interesting. So, have you been able to grow your business over a period of time?
So, like I mentioned earlier, swimming started out as something fun for me. I used to do it because I enjoyed doing it. And one of the things that keeps me doing it is seeing the joy in people's faces. I don't know if you've ever watched a scary movie and then you were, all fearful and jumpy and all of that. And then you now watch the behind the scenes. And then you see how that scary image was put up together and costumes worn. And when you see it again, you're like, this thing is no longer scary as I thought. Because now I know what is behind it. So that's what swimming is like. Many people have consumed the idea that swimming is a scary thing. And most times when I mention swimming to people, the first image they always portray to me is somebody in the middle of water, in the middle of nowhere. Drowning. And maybe something chasing them. And I'm like, you always imagine the worst case scenario. Now we're talking about swimming in a confined space first. It's a swimming pool, so it has limits, it has boundaries, right? Before we go into open water swimming, So if you can first take care of how to be comfortable there, then you can, now start to think of how you'll be able to maneuver in open water.
Okay, so this has been what you sold to people.
Yeah, this has been it that I sold to people over the time.
And how has it affected your business?
I realized that in recent times, people are more receptive of it. Maybe it's because stress levels are actually going through the roof. Some people complain of, having excess. They are feeling more heat during the day, and then sleep is not exactly cutting it. Sometimes you get to sleep and then you wake up tired because even your mind is still at work. But when you are in water, the only thing that you want to think of is putting yourself in the present, making sure that you are aware of where you are and how to navigate. So one way or the other, those other thoughts would sort of freeze up.
Yeah.
You're not pacing up and down in your head. At that moment, all of your focus is what you are doing there. Yeah. And that helps you to enjoy the experience better.
Wow. So tell us, it's like as if just put a whole load of masterclass in my head. But yeah, it's really quite interesting because there's a lot of value in it, and benefit to human life. Yeah,
it's such a great thing to always tell people. If you have things going on with you, if there's so much mental load that you're carrying, try swimming. It sounds like a simple thing, but basically that's how simple it is. It sounds almost too good to be true when you tell someone, if you are feeling anxious, if you're feeling depressed, just go swimming. Because the mind is usually thinking, what exactly does this help me to do? Yeah. But until you experience it, there are certain things that words will not be able to put completely into context.
Okay.
Until you get inside water. And for people that have never been in water, I always try to explain to all of my students that it's like you're learning how to walk again. If you see a baby try to walk, at first they are very conscious of their legs. They look at how they carry one leg and put it in front of the other, and then they repeat the same process with the other leg. And then after a while, they start to take steps. They trip, they fall, and they stand up again. And they continue. So with swimming, you are learning how to balance again. But this time, it's not balancing with a solid platform beneath your feet. It's you learning how to keep your body balanced even when your leg isn't touching anything.
So, wow. So tell us, is there a point where you failed, or where everything became difficult? Or you have never failed in business?
No, of course, I've had failures.
Or have you had worst client experience before?
The only client experience I had that was, I'd say a bit.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better word to use other than, well, for lack of other words, it was a bit bad because her first session, she was so scared that the person that was training her at the time, she held on so much that she almost put even that person in trouble.
Your trainer?
Yes.
Okay.
And so when I jumped in to sort of help, she came up and she was in a bitter state. This is not what I expected this to be like and all of that. And so I was able to talk her through what the procedure usually is like. And then she was able to calm and then experience water again. And now she swims.
Wow. Wow.
Another experience I would say was bad was I was training this lady and it got to a point where she understood what streamline position is, and that's the ability for you to keep your arms, your leg, and your entire body like the shape of a pencil piercing through water. So she got the technique.
Oh, okay.
So she got the technique and she was yelling in excitement. That excitement made her move towards me to want to, and I was quick enough to raise my hand to give her a high five. She was coming with a hug. So her partner walked in at the time and it was a lot of explanation of what's going on here.
Explain.
So it was bad at the time.
Wow.
But that taught me to always put my sessions in recording.
Okay.
So that, this is what you thought it was. This is actually it. If you watch this, you would be able to understand.
What was the reaction like? Or the energy
around
that time?
It was so much. Me, I knew why she was that excited. But because I've been in situations prior to that I've seen people having issues because their partner is, moving funny with the coach. And many times, even the coaches don't help matters. It's kind of like a stigma with swim coaches that they are, either perverts or they take advantage
Same
of
with
women.
gym instructors.
Exactly. So they categorize all of us in the same thing. And I try to tell them that for me, it's a reputation thing. I don't want you to think that this is what I do. So after that experience and a couple more, I went to do more research and I found out that there are things that I can use to help people, like teaching aids. So I give you these things. Okay, learn this position by yourself with the aid of these
without
things.
having close
without having to touch you as much.
Oh.
That way you are able to learn completely on your own, sort of. So my strategy is I will talk to you about what you are doing, how that it has come to be that it's when you do it this way that you get this result. Then I show it to you. This is how to do it. This is how to do it wrong. This is how to do it right. And then I now help you with the aid of those teaching aids to get the position first. And then we start to take them off one by one. And then you're able to master it.
I can't even really imagine it.
It was terrible. It's usually a thing. It's one of the issues I still sort of have with certain people that want to talk about it. I mentioned that I'm a swim instructor, and the first thought that comes into many males' head is, oh boy, you dey enjoy gone. Only you go just day. And I'm like,
oh my God.
nah, it's not.
Soft
It's
touch, right?
Yes, it's not that. It's not that. For me, the joy is seeing that people can do something that they could not do before. It's something that has always been a fear, and now I've been able to conquer it. So that joy, knowing that I contributed to somebody conquering a particular fear they've always had, it's joy to my soul.
So is it good to say that yourself, swimmers and gym instructor, you guys are in the same WhatsApp group?
No, we are not in the same WhatsApp group, and I can explain.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right. So, how has LMT really impacted your journey?
Well, I'd say that the most crucial steps in building my business came from listening to some of the seminars and conferences that we had. I was able to put more structure into things. I've had certain challenges, like having to deal with multiple people wanting swimming lessons in different locations at the same time. And so having to balance, I want to have a swimming session at Lekki by 2 p.m. with somebody that wants to have another session by 5 p.m. in Egbeda. And so it's been exactly, it spans around a lot of things, and also with weather, because swimming for me is a service, not a product-based business, and it's location specific. It's not the type of service that I'm coming into your living space to come and do. You either have to come to me, or you have the facility within your premises. And so for many people that don't have that, it's usually a hassle where you are, where the closest pool is, if that pool is clean enough to use. If it's not, where do we find as a central location? And for me, having a place where at least I have access to be able to have all my students, and it takes them conveniently, you get, and have a system that runs the upkeep of the swimming pool.
Wow.
So there's a whole lot to all of that, and thankfully with LOMT, I've been able to see that rather than jumping up and down, I can create the structure such that I have people gravitate towards me rather than me always running to them.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Interesting. And how has partnership helped you be able to do more with what you're doing? Because you can't be at the point, be at the early stage, you are the marketer of yourself, you are the HR of yourself, you are you're the trainer, you are the... how have you been able to partner with people to make it better?
I've had to leverage on communities and basically selling myself to the facility managers. Okay. Because I don't own a personal pool of myself, I try as much as possible to cut deals with facility owners, sports centers, hotels, and sort of create a system where there's like an advantage that coming through Blue Dove Swimming has, other than just coming to them. So partnerships like that have helped me to secure places. So I'm no longer just looking for places. Once you mention your location, I'll say, okay, we have a partner facility that is not too far from you in this place. If you mention that, so that has also helped me to streamline, how to not just be moving up and down.
Yeah. So, wow, it's been a great one, because for me, my eyes has been open to quite a lot of things. Yeah. So, you want to give a final word to someone out there, an SME, an entrepreneur that is struggling, that wants to really do well with their business? What will you tell them?
One thing that helped me in my business is turning your passion into your profession. if it's something that you can wake up every day and be glad to talk about, it's a good place to start. Also, be ready to fail fast. I realize that most people want to perfect everything first before putting it out. And this still goes to me because there are certain things that I feel like I should have also put out, but I'm trying to dot my I's and cross the T's rather than,
perfect.
yeah. But to grow in any business, you have to realize that you can't create the perfect service or the perfect product at the first try. You have to do it first. You have to be open to responses, feedbacks, and then work on those things. Because whatever business it is, you are satisfying other people. And so most of the time, it's not exactly what you want or how you want it, but you're thinking of the pain that these customers want and how you can help them with it.
Fantastic. So you've heard it. Yeah. Be daring, want to do more, be consistent with it. And of course, you'll be able to figure it out as it goes. All right. I hope this has been really helpful to you. Please drop a feedback. Let us know, comment something. Let us know how this has helped you in the comment section. Let us know, what you're going to do with what you've learned, right? And of course, you need to ease up. If you need to, go through therapy, water therapy.
Yeah, you need to relax.
You need to relax
You
and
need
all
to.
of that. Yeah, it's right here. It's in the community. And of course, there's an opportunity for you to also join the LUMT community. As he has said, he has highlighted, what LUMT community has helped him to achieve over time that he has joined, and yes, while he's grateful to join the community at no cost, we are also grateful that he was able to implement all he has done and to make us proud. All right, so see you again in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe, share with your friends, and let the gist go on, let people learn. And this is really, really great. This episode itself is really, really great and something you really want to really watch over and over and call your friends into. So yeah, till you see me again on your screen in the next episode, have an amazing day. Bye.
Powered by Dreams Media.